Even I, an envoy well used to Roman bureaucracy, grow weary of endless chattering. And so, good day to you. I fear that the day has run out, as has my backside's endurance. I must away and deal with other business. This has been a tiresome chase, and still we are no nearer to our quarry. I think we should end our talks. I fear we test the patience of Saturn himself. We seem destined to part without agreement. I am here to find terms that will be welcome in Rome, but I grow weary of this indecisive chatter. Praise be to Mars! Let us have an end of talk, then, and meet as proper men in open battle. Pray to your gods of the dead. Your foolishness has awoken the might and anger of Rome. An end to talk. The Senate will be pleased to add your lands to Roman domains. All Rome looks forward to seeing your leaders strangled very, very slowly during the triumphal celebrations. How would you like your defeat commemorated? An arch in Rome, or a nice column, or by the wailing of your enslaved people? So be it. You invite a storm, and Romans will gladly aid Neptune in bringing one to you. You have brought this on yourselves. Your people will curse your name when rivers run red with their blood. You have destroyed yourself today. You have orphaned children and despoiled your women. By Mars, these things will happen. So you choose the sword. I trust your people will rightly thank you for bringing them a Roman war. The Senate will turn to Rome's legions, and they will set their swords to your people. We know that wealth can be a burden. Will you not allow us to lighten your load a little? You would be better regarded in our lands if you gave a gift to demonstrate your worth. Enough! Enough! Your words are as endless and pointless as the barking of wild dogs. Even I, an envoy well used to bureaucracy, grow weary of endless chattering. And so, good day to you. I fear we test the patience of the gods themselves. We seem destined to part without agreement. I am here to find terms that will be welcome at home, but I grow weary of this indecisive chatter. Praise be! Let us have an end of talk, then, and meet as proper men in open battle. Pray to the gods of the dead. Your foolishness has awoken the might and anger of the dread legions. An end to talk. The people will be pleased to add your lands to our domains. We all look forward to seeing your leaders strangled very, very slowly during the triumphal celebrations. How would you like your defeat commemorated? An arch? Or a nice column? Or by the wailing of your enslaved people? So be it. You invite a storm, and we will gladly aid the gods in bringing one to you. You have destroyed yourself today. You have orphaned children and despoiled your women. By gods, these things will happen. The people will turn to the legions, and they will set their swords to your people.
The signs are positive. With the gods on our side, I see no reason not to accept your excellent offer. You show a wisdom and wit which would credit Minerva herself. I agree. I am happy to agree to that. Let us seal the deal with fresh wine and fine food. I pray I do not have cause to regret this agreement. I am far from happy, but you have my word on this. I will try and see the upside. The omens cannot be argued with, but that is the only reason I am agreeing to this. The gods appear to favor you, and far be it from me to disagree. You have your deal. I find myself pleasantly surprised by your ability to be reasonable. I accept. We have our agreement. Let us move on to the important matter of the celebratory feast. A wise decision. It's always pleasing when common sense wins out. Your decision is a welcome one, and gives cause for future hope. Our negotiations have been bracing, and the outcome satisfactory. Your generosity is appreciated, and fitting, of course. Such tributes never go amiss. What a shame not everyone sees fit to make them. Seeking our protection is the only sensible course. It is good that you have seen that. You will enjoy the safety we can provide, and you will, of course, keep up your part of the bargain. Whatever bond we once had is now broken. You are on your own. Expect no special treatment from now on. You had your chance to throw your lot in with us. We leave you to your schemes, your gods, and your fate. It seems we must find an alternative route around your lands. How irritating. Other routes will suit our armies just as well, I'm sure. I do not believe your contribution to our economy was particularly significant anyway. There are plenty of other markets out there. You wish our armies to leave? A short-sighted move, I feel, given the comparative states of our forces. Your choice makes little sense to me. Still, at least we have seen your true colours now. It appears the gods have moved you to refuse us. Perhaps it is for the best, then. Were you drunk when you made this decision, or are you always this foolish? War it is, then. May your gods have mercy on you. We welcome the chance to test ourselves against you on the field of battle. You wish war? In Laren's name, we will oblige you in that. I have high hopes that you will see the sense in my proposition. Well met. Perhaps we may speak together after I have refreshed myself. Many speak highly of your sharp mind and far-sightedness. I look forward to experiencing them. I advise you to listen to what I have to say, if you have your people's interests at heart. I come to you only after detailed consultation of the omens. Listen, consider, and act with wisdom. My time is precious, but it is yours for now. I pray you will not waste it. The priests have read the guts of a sheep and inform me that our meeting is propitious. The deal I am here to discuss favors us both. Let us speak together. Great deeds are not achieved without careful consideration. I believe we may be able to help you with your little problem. We find ourselves in need of military assistance. The omens imply you might consider taking on our enemies. Could we march our forces through your territory? They are a well-disciplined lot and will not cause trouble. With the riches at your command, we are hoping you can spare a small regular contribution to our coffers. We ask for a single trifling payment from one who the gods have smiled upon. Left alone, this threat may grow to endanger us both. However, if you attack them now, your association with these people offends the gods. Will you not cut ties with them before it is too late? Consider the advantages of joining this conflict. Honor for your armies and the gratitude of Etruria. Lightning struck the temple last night. It is a clear sign that the time has come for our paths to diverge. The priests inform me that our alliance no longer pleases the gods. Therefore, it must end. Every song must end, every poem conclude. Our alliance has served its purpose. But now it's over. Both the gods and the people are uneasy at having your troops on our soil. We must forbid you further access. We do not feel that trade with you has brought us sufficient profit, and wish to end it. After much thought and consultation of the omens, I accept your terms. The gods give their blessing to this offer of yours. As such, it is only right that I say yes to it. I would displease the people and anger the gods were I to accept this offer. Do you see this broken strap upon my sandal? That is the gods telling me to refuse your terms. Whilst I may have heard worse offers in my life, I cannot recall when. Consider your terms refused. Could the forces of Etruria be of assistance in your current travails? I have the authority to offer such help. Are you cowards or fools? These people must be dealt with now. Whilst I appreciate fine words, a friendly smile, or even the odd gift, what I want now is aid from your army. The gods will not tolerate the presence of your armies on Etrurian soil a moment longer. The omens say we must march our forces through your land. If you are sensible, you will not object. Freedom is of little use once a sword thrust sends you to the underworld. The price of our protection is not high. Come, we do not ask for much, and your continued generosity would no doubt please the gods. You have coin to spare. It is not as though we are asking for more than you can afford. If you are wise, you will listen well and consider carefully. This offer has been ratified by our priests. We Razna were making art when the younger peoples were playing in the mud. Our words have weight. I have not travelled this far for the good of my health. I come with a proposition that deserves a fair hearing. The offer has grown stale on your lips. I do not think I can bear to spend any more time on this. Do you see that pattern in the clouds? The gods show their displeasure, so I must conclude our dealings. Your opening chord caught my attention, but the song was tuneless and overly long. I will listen no more. Do I look like a fool to you to accept such a laughable proposition? I have better things to do than negotiate with witless idiots. By all the gods, I would rather spend a year in Ita's realm than another moment listening to you. Your terms are not offensive to us, but neither are they acceptable. Our talk has been entertaining enough, but I do not believe anything will come of it. This offer lacks a certain something. If it occurs to me later what that is, I may send you a letter. We Rasna are an old and civilized people, but our patience is not infinite. Enough talk! Your prattling has given me a headache. Hopefully it will be cured by a cup of cool wine and your immediate departure. The gods have spoken through our priests. A treaty with you would be most beneficial to all concerned. For one of the younger peoples, you show great promise. Would you consider future cooperation? As Thesan heralds the day, so I come as the herald of peace. Will you accept my offer? War is one way to achieve one's ends, but in the end, everyone loses. We are suing for peace. The goods we have to offer are of the highest quality. Given your reputation, we wish to trade them with you. We Rasna are most particular in choosing our friends. Do not refuse this offer. The benefits of walking the same path as us should be self-evident to you. The people and the priests agree that this war has run its course. Let us have peace. War achieves only short-term gains. It is time to try the civilized option. Peace. Only the youngest and most foolish peoples cannot see when it is time for the fighting to end. Do you wish only to be remembered for war? Trade with us and learn what it is to be truly civilized. How can anyone not wish for the riches we have to trade? Our metalwork and sculpture are unsurpassed. Never let it be said that we Rasna are not generous. An alliance would benefit us both, do you not think? All the omens point to it. The time has come to consider how we might both benefit from the developing situation. A treaty with us would create a true force to be reckoned with. This conflict has gone on long enough. Let us call a halt and turn our attention to more civilized concerns. Do you not think that it is time for the bloodshed to end? The priests tell me the gods are sick of war, and I know that the people are. We would have peace. A trading agreement would suit us both, do you not think? When a stork flew over the marketplace this morning, I knew. Trade with you is the will of the gods. I think we have some spare gold around here somewhere. Be welcome. The omens are good, and I am happy to consider your proposition. I hope your journey was not too onerous. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I will send for olives, bread and wine, and then we will talk. The gods have sent many signs ahead of your visit. It promises to be of great significance. So, you have come. Let us hear what you have to say, then. It is a shame you are not as sensitive to the omens as I. Else you might not have wasted time coming. Make your case with speed and honesty. I am a busy man, and have no time for dissemblers. You presume much by coming here today. Perhaps you are not aware with whom you are dealing. As you have made the effort to meet me, I will make the effort to consider what you offer. You have reached civilized lands now. I hope you will therefore behave with civility. You approach as a friend. We choose our friends with care, but I respect this overture. Attack them? Why in the name of cell and tin would we ever consider doing your dirty work? As the gods are my witness, you have brought this upon yourself. We will not waste Etruscan lives on your folly. Very funny. Oh, wait, you are not joking. Well, then you are patently insane. Your uncouth armies would be a blight upon Etruscan soil. They may not enter. Our coffers are locked to you. Unless the gods indicate a wish for us to throw away our riches, they will remain so. You want our gold? And just a little, you say? Well, I want many things, not least to be left in peace. You have the temerity to suggest we should serve you? A ridiculous thought, though sadly typical of the younger peoples. Etruria will endure long after your name is forgotten. We will not even give a handful of our soil over to you. Or we could tip our riches into the sea, slit the throats of our animals, and break our swords on our knees. It might save time. We would sooner join forces with a pack of rabid dogs. We will have peace when your last warrior has fallen and your people's spirits are broken. We have suffered insults and slights, taken casualties and lost heroes. No, we will not stop until this conflict is done. Do you think Etruria's age means we are in our dotage? We Rasna did not survive this long by backing down from a fight. Your inferior goods hold no appeal. Try trading with someone else similarly lacking in skill and good taste. That you are willing to offer such ongoing incentives says much about the depths of your desperation. You think we can be bought so easily? Try your cheap persuasions on a younger and more foolish people. Whilst your proposition shows due appreciation of our warriors' talents, we see no gain for ourselves in this. Had the gods wanted us to help you defend your cause, they would have sent some sign. They have not. Bow down to you? We were composing heroic odes before you people had even mastered the basics of polite conversation. For all your assurances that your troops would behave themselves, we have no desire to allow such ruffians onto our land. You are under the mistaken impression that we must buy our friendships, we who settled these lands in the time of the gods. Yes, we may have gold to spare. No, we do not have gold to spare for you. We Rasna are no man's slave. I find myself genuinely perplexed that you consider your friendship so desirable. Did you not consult your gods before making such an offer? If so, you have misread the signs. There may be a time for peace in the future. But not now. Peace, you say? Not while we have our pride and our armies. A double lightning strike on the eastern hills cannot be argued with. The gods have spoken. This war will continue. We Rasna treasure the good things in life. I fear you have less stringent standards. Do not worry. When and if we want your gold, we will take it from you. Whilst we are not exactly insulted by your needy gesture, we do not feel inclined to accept it. The land of Etruria grows sick under the foul tread of your loutish soldiers. Remove your men from our territory at once. Come, share the glory and the plunder. Our gratitude will be a pleasing bonus for you. A flight of finches against the evening sun made the will of the gods clear. It is your fate to aid our defence. Your warriors have outstayed their welcome. It is time for them to leave our lands. Our army's route takes them through your lands. I trust this will not be an issue. The sooner you accept that the gods wish you to serve us, the sooner we may return to more civilized pursuits. I believe you have coin to spare. If funding our armies makes you uneasy, we could give it to our poets and artisans. Think of it as an investment in future friendship. A freely given gift is like a gentle spring shower, unexpected and refreshing. The gods themselves would be pressed to endure such lengthy negotiations. We are out of wine, sweetmeats, and in my case, patience. Can we not bring this to a close? The priests have read the omens, and there is only one course open to us now. We will see you on the field of battle. It is Laren's will that we go to war with you. We would not deny the will of the gods. From this, war must follow. The gods of the underworld are preparing places for those who fall. Etruria may be the cradle of civilization, but never let it be said we will not fight when we must. And we must now.
Your wisdom would be obvious to all the world if you heed my words, those of a plain-speaking Roman. I am commanded to speak in the name of Rome. Heed, then, most carefully, this proposal. I speak as the representative of the august Roman Senate. you would do well to listen. I speak for the Senate and all Rome. You should carefully consider this offer. You should be honored that I make such an offer, in the name of Rome and her noble people. Come now, this offer is a good and honest one, and you should give it sensible consideration. Jupiter himself would not make you a better offer, my friend. So think carefully on Rome's words here today. There is much honor in accepting Rome's offer, for it is fair and just, like all Roman ideas. Give careful attention and then careful consideration in your wisdom to my words. Come now. The gods themselves would listen carefully to an offer such as this from Rome. Your honeyed words and offers ring false to honest Roman ears. Ha! This particular Vestal virgin will keep virtue and worth, despite your cunning tongue. No. I think that the Senate's deliberations should not be troubled with your words. This proposal need not occupy the Senator's attention. You have said little of worth, and I reject your offer. I do not think the Senate would countenance such an agreement. Therefore, consider it refused. There is little worth in these terms for Rome. I cannot agree with you. I have generously given time and ear to these words, but I cannot agree with their import. I struggle to find merit in your words. Rome cannot agree to your offer. Ha! I know the Senate would laugh at such an offer. Therefore, I will laugh at it too. For my part, the omens for this meeting were bad. Such is the will of the gods, it seems. A fishwife from Ostia would rightly throw such stinking fare back in your insolent face. Do not presume that Romans are stupid, callow, and easily swayed. Your proposal has no merit. The Senate will correctly regard you as contemptible, unworthy, and base because of this childish proposal. You think Romans simple folk? You mistake honesty for idiocy. We can reach little agreement here. You are brave indeed to rouse Roman ire. What overheats your spleen or troubles your bowels? Never presume on a Roman's noble and forgiving nature. Your proposal is insulting to anyone's dignity. I will not trouble the Senate with your insolence. My own anger cannot echo but 1,000th part of their wrath. Great gods of Rome! Grant the Senate forbearance should they ever hear of this insulting offer. Why do you speak with a mocking tongue? I would face the lash for even repeating such stupidities to the Senate. I see you jest. Or is it an absence of wits? Or simple, ugly, and dangerous disrespect for Rome? Your proposals have some merit, but I cannot accept on Rome's behalf. You speak well in your cause, but I am not entirely persuaded. I regretfully and respectfully say no. I am sure you speak with an honest tongue, but for Rome I cannot greet your words with approval. Granted, you have spoken well and set out honest terms, but they are not terms we can accept. You are plainly a man of honor, and no little wisdom, but your terms are unacceptable. This offer is made in good faith, and in a spirit of honesty. I must reject it on Rome's behalf. I could not, in honor, return to the Senate having accepted such an offer. Therefore, for Rome's part, I reject it. Your advocacy was most skilled. For Rome's part, I give voice to an honest and respectful refusal of your offer. Rome rightly holds you in respect, for your words and deeds are honest and honorable. However, we cannot agree to your proposal. You are a servant of Venus, so sweetly do you speak. But Rome cannot be seduced, even by such a gallant. Patience is a Roman virtue, but the day has now grown too old for further talk. My throat aches for good wine. Further talk is less to my taste. I have sat and listened until my buttocks cry out for mercy. Rome demands much, but not such discomfort. The Senate asks patience of its servants, but you have tried mine to breaking and beyond. Enough! My mouth is as dry as a legionary sandal. We are done here. Let us cease talk and find wine. This meal of words has stuffed my belly. I will rise from the table and seek other pleasures. I am certain that, with your famed wisdom, you can see that Rome benefits from your friendship, and you from ours. I respectfully request that we cooperate fully in opposing our many enemies and rivals. Rome always remembers with honor those she considers to be friends. Do you not wish to be counted in that number? Rome is not a friend for the new moon and an enemy in the old. Come, can we not help each other openly? Romans are a proud people, and would be proud to count you among the friends of Rome. As long as Roman strength remains, we would be honored to count you as friends and more. The Senate respectfully asks for peace. What good is war? Your people have demonstrated much courage, but is it not time to now put aside the sword? Rome's legions and your armies have long contended in the field, but the Senate feels that the time for peace has come. Your warriors do you much credit. Now, can your diplomats and envoys be equally worthy in seeking peace? As enemies, you have been without equal in courage and honor. Now, however, the Senate wishes only peace with you. Rome does not offer peace easily, but to such as you, there is no shame in asking whether or not the time of peace is upon us. Your fine goods would be welcomed in Rome. Trade would see us all prosper, do you not think? We Romans admire your merchants and their wares. We would both gain if trade was open between us. There is much to value in the goods of your merchants. Will you not send them into Roman lands? I will be plain, in proper Roman fashion. We both have enemies, open and otherwise. Cooperation would be sensible. Formal cooperation, brokered in good faith by honest men, would be of mutual advantage. Rome's hand, stretched forth in friendship, is unwisely ignored. Consider carefully your next words. The Senate does not offer Rome's protection to any passing stranger, so think carefully on what you say next. The senators, in their wisdom, have decided that your people would make worthy allies. I suggest you grasp this opportunity for cooperation. Strength can be found in friendship between men and between peoples. The Senate feels that we could be better friends. Peace, honestly forged between men, is a worthy thing. What say you? An offer of peace from the Senate should not be spurned. Now, what say you? Much blood has been spilt. Rome suggests that we agree terms to staunch the flow on both sides. Many good men have died in our wars. The Senate looks to find terms that will bring rest to all our swords. Our war has brought bloodshed, but without gain or progress. Let us end this senseless conflict for the good of all. The Senate sees no profit in continuing hostility. Let us move towards peace. Trade with Rome would surely bring benefits to your merchants and our traders. Roman merchants trade as they are told. What of yours? Would you have coin? Trade prosperity and comforts for both our peoples. The Senate hopes you agree to such a future. The Senate and people consider that you would be a suitable steward for these lands, if you will accept them. The august and noble Senate sees fit to give you these lands to rule as you wish. The Senate are minded that you would be worthy to rule these lands. Rome's money reflects an accurate appreciation of your worth. The tangible good wishes of Rome are offered only to those considered worthy. Rome's coffers bulge, and the Senate considers that your people are worthy to gain from the surplus. The Senate considers it wise to seek cooperation between us, to the hopeful ruination of our mutual foes. And you? An alliance would truly benefit us all and keep enemies suitably awed. Will you move to meet us on this? The Senate and people of Rome see you as worthy allies and suggest that you consider an alliance. Should we cooperate, our enemies would cower and seek safety. Do you not think that a fine prospect? Have you not noticed that a marriage, properly contracted and considered, can be harmonious even between unlikely partners? The Senate suggests that cooperation rather than hostility would serve us both well in the trying days ahead. The Senate has seen no gain in further bloodshed and seeks an honourable end to the war between us. Rome has grown weary of this war and has other uses for the legions. We therefore seek peace with you. Both our peoples have suffered without gain from this war. The Senate suggests that it is time to end the killing. This war is of no benefit to Rome or you. There is merit in seeking peace now. The gods are unhappy at our bickering. There is no point in further bloodshed. What say you to peace? The Senate seeks an end to this bitter, profitless conflict. What say you on terms of peace? There is profit for all in letting Roman merchants sell in your lands. What say you to such an arrangement? Roman wares have merits which would appeal to your people, and trade enriches all. What say you? Mercury and Plutus would surely smile on us all if merchants passed between our lands. What say you? A gift of Rome is not lightly given, and never to common folk. The Senate's favour and friendship is rarely expressed in such golden terms. Rome finds you worthy of benefiting from our prosperity. Be welcome. Let us talk, and then enjoy good Roman wine when we have agreement. For the Senate and people, be most welcome. Your words will find an attentive audience. In Rome's name, be welcome and speak in friendship. I will give a receptive ear to your words. Welcome, welcome, my friend. I will give ear to you and give tongue to the Senate's words. You will find me a willing and attentive audience for your speech. Give tongue to your words, and I will answer. Welcome, and let us be honoured by your attendance and your words. Your people's reputation goes before you. Find a welcome here and speak as you wish. The gods bless us with your presence today. I will doubtless find pleasure in your wisdom here. On behalf of the Senate, welcome. Speak, friend of Rome, and honour us all with wit and wisdom. Hail! At the Senate's request, I give ear to your just and undoubtedly noble requests. Speak, if you must, but know that Roman ears have little liking for foreign babble. Speak quickly, but do not expect the good wine to ease your parched throat when you are done. Greetings in the name of the Republic and so forth. Now, what do you want? Speak your speech, so that I may go to the baths and wash away today's stench. Welcome, I suppose. No, do not sit. That is for Romans and friends. You, for now, will stand. Speak your terms. Give words plentiful haste. Other business calls this day. Welcome, but expect scant pleasantries. Romans lack time to waste. Come then, speak. The Senate will consider what I hear, but you must speak without delay. Do not waste time on pleasantries and babble. Speak what you must and be done. You are welcome, but that welcome can become a farewell if you waste Roman time. My salutations and the good wishes of the Senate and people to you and yours. Of what would you speak? In the name of the Republic, welcome. Speak as a friend of Rome or as an enemy, but do so with honesty. I welcome you on behalf of the Senate, and give ear to your words. For the Senate's part, be welcome. I listen and speak for them in our dealings today. The day's greetings to you. Speak, for you have my attention as the ear of the august Senate. Welcome, worthy guest. I trust you bring words that will enhance the honour of your people in Roman eyes. Rome is, as always, a welcoming host to you. I await your words with an appetite for truth. Welcome, worthy friend. I trust you bring words that honour both your people and Rome. For the Senate's part, welcome. For my part, welcome also, and give me your wisdom. Rome offers you honest welcome. Speak, friend of Rome, And hopefully later we will drink to seal our agreement. You expect too much. Roman lives will not be thrown away on such a foolish adventure. Romans do not bite like dogs at your command. Never that. You march alone on this. Who are you to throw Romans into battle? Your plans are those of shallow, vain people soaked in stupidity. Jupiter give me patience. The Senate will never agree to throwing away lives in such a futile way. Rome will not spend a single coin or life to defend these pigs in their pigsty. Let them burn. Rome will not use the legions in such a way. Only the Senate and the will of the gods move Roman soldiers. Doubtless you think your offer reeks of wit. As a Roman, I think otherwise. Jupiter's arse! You must think us toga-snatching Greeks or Sicilian peasants to ask such a thing. You really expect Romans to bend to your will? You are mad. Does it run in your family? The Republic does not require or want foreigners, and desperately in need of a bath, a lot of them, tramping over Roman lands. Any senator would be more likely to bed the king of the moon people than agree to your lunacy. Our lands will not be a road for your vagabonds. Have them walk another way, and downwind of good Romans. The Republic's coffers are wisely locked to prevent theft by insolent brigands. Roman physicians have leeches enough to bleed us without needing a nation of such creatures giving suck. Bandit, thief, whoremonger. You cannot dip your hand into Rome's purse on a whim. You expect golden trinkets to adorn your wives. Those barbarous creatures, fleas, normally settle for a little blood. Rome's purse is not to be plundered to satisfy the overconfident greed of brigands and vagabonds. You are most insolent. And insolence in Rome is usually repaid with the whip. The Roman who could obey one of you without vomiting through contempt has yet to be born. You expect all of Rome to be your catamites and whores? Slavery will never be a Roman's lot. The sun does not rise and set at your whim, and likewise Romans do not heed your bleating. The Senate would have me thrown from the Tarpeian Rock for even listening to this harebrained suggestion, and you with me. I have no wish to be hurled from the Tarpeian Rock, thank you. I will never commit treachery by agreeing. This is insanity. Rome will not loosen her grip on any lands for you. Perhaps I should form an alliance with slaves in my vineyards, or with passing lepers. Bah! Lacking a blind, insane, or diseased Roman to agree with your proposal, you will have to look elsewhere. Do not imagine you can climb into a Roman bed in search of warmth. Dogs stay in kennels. Why should a Roman shackle himself to a corpse and imagine safety in the act? You seek a good marriage with Rome, and yet you have only the charm of an uncommonly ugly fishwife. I can almost hear the laughter of the gods. You have stupidity that would pass for courage to ask such a thing. Peace? 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 Do you think Rome ruled by old women and dotards unable to lift the sword? Roman wits are not entirely fled. Roman courage not entirely spent. And you still rut in your hovels. Peace? Pah! You speak of peace when Roman blood cries out for vengeance and Roman swords are not yet blunted with killing. Never. You want an end to this? The Senate will not be surprised. Your weakness of stomach is well known. Our legions will go on spilling your blood. It is of no use inside you after all. Your demands are weak and feeble-minded. Once roused, Roman hunger for blood is bottomless. Wash your goods in vinegar to remove the stench, and even then Roman merchants would not waste their coin. You may love a good haggling like women over onions and goats and fish. The Senate has a state to run. We have no taste in Rome for your repulsive, ill-made trinkets and sullied goods. Your virtue may be available in the market, but Roman honesty is prized above any coin. Pah! Romans are not common mercenaries to be bought with your bread, salt, and coin. Romans find no pleasure in taking your gold, except, perhaps, from your burning homes. Senators are not whores and costermongers to be bought for a handful of coin. You insult Rome twice over in one babbling utterance. We do not want your gold, or so little of it. The Senate would order me to experience the lictors' whips if I accepted your crude offer. Such an attack might be prudent, but I do not believe the Senate will make troops available. The Senate sees little need to expend swords and coin from Rome's purse on ill-judged adventures. Our legions have their orders. Sadly for you, their orders do not include acting on your orders. I do not think that the Senate would approve of Roman troops being used like that. They would think it unmanly. Such a plan cannot be countenanced by the Senate at the moment. You must act without Rome. We have no wish to see these lands suffer a conqueror's tread, yet we cannot march to defend them. Roman senators do not bare their necks even to the friendliest of foreign tyrants. Your people are blessed by a sort of wit, but your humour is not to Roman tastes. I have given ear to your terms, but the Senate will quite rightly be deaf to this idea. Rome does not open gates to passing ruffians. And why would Rome agree to anything so absurd? We're not yet touched by senility and madness. I fear we will now disappoint you. The Senate would dislike your men kicking up the dust in our lands. Merchants do not rule in Rome, and so the Republic does not pay taxes to others. Sadly, our coffers will remain firmly closed. Roman gold does not travel well. Empty our coffers? I do not see how this benefits Rome at any time or in any way. Roman coinage sits ill in foreign, barbarous purses, or so I am told. A Roman does not open his purse to the bowl of a passing beggar. The Senate have the keys to Rome's coffers. They will stay firmly shut. I cannot think of a Roman who would endure such a forced marriage and not kill himself within a day. Why, in Jupiter's name, would the Senate wish to punish honest Romans? So I say, in their name, no. What? Shackle ourselves like common slaves? Are you aware that you address a Roman? I am reasonably confident that the Senate and people of Rome would have me say no to this ridiculous suggestion. I can safely speak for all Rome in this matter, and say that such a change of ownership is not going to happen just yet. Rome holds those lands fondly to her bosom. The suggestion that they be handed over has scant merit. Romans thrive in foreign ventures only when such works are subject to sensible Roman direction. The Republic's defences do not need another ditch, and Romans do not hide behind others. Your scheme shows all the cunning of your people, but it does not meet with the Senate's approval. No, then. Thank you, but the senators have no need of defenders at the moment. They have all of Rome at their backs. The Senate has seen no merit in such a marriage between states. We will stand properly virginal without you. Rome is strong enough alone. We must decline then, but the Senate will note your offer with due respect. Mars would turn his back on Rome if I heeded this foolish weakling's proposal. Imperial anger is not yet spent. Peace does not interest the first citizen of Rome or his senators. Stop Rome's legions? I fear not. Our men must have their glory and plunder. The Senate will not accept such a thing. Our soldiers hunger for glory and are not done feasting. I'm not surprised you want peace, but sadly for your people, the Senate has little mercy. There is a time for talk and for peace. Today is not the day. Roman good taste does not demand the fripperies and gewgaws that you offer in trade. Trade with you? We do not believe in wasting the time of honest Roman merchants. I'm sure your goods are worthy, but Romans have no taste for them at this time. Such wealth as you possess, you need to buy most urgently the necessaries of culture and civilization. Senators, like all great men, enjoy wealth, but they do not want your wealth. A worthy gesture, but one that is declined. The Senate will only wonder what lies behind such a gift. A gold coin cannot turn aside all the swords of Rome, or change a senator's worthy opinion. Roman favour is neither sold nor bought with your coin. Such gifts often come with a heavy price. We must decline your kind offer. Remove your filth from Roman lands. March away. Do not come again. So speaks the Senate and all of Rome. You try Roman patience too far. Remove your foul little armies from our lands immediately. The presence of your puny forces on Roman land has caused offence in the Senate. Remove them. An attack would be prudent. What say your generals? Are they courageous? Are they eager? The Senate feels that an attack here would be of great mutual benefit. Could you arrange such an offensive? Rome has much respect for your might. Will you justify our admiration and act in this instance? The wise council of defence must prevail. Can you not send aid here? In their wisdom and military genius, many senators feel that your aid in defence would be timely. Will you help? Rome calls on your armies. There is a threat from these people, and we must both guard against it. The Senate sends word that your warriors must leave Roman territory. For now, they ask in friendship and with courtesy. In the name of Rome, I ask that you remove your warriors, who appear to have strayed into our lands, doubtless by mistake. Even the most welcome guests grow wearisome. Rome requests you take your armies off our lands. I am the agent of the Senate in this simple matter. Will you hand over these lands or not? The Senate bids me ask that you hand over these lands. It is a reasonable request. There are few hands safer than those of a Roman, and these lands cry out for a Roman's touch. The Senate requires me to ask politely if Roman troops may enter your lands in pursuit of Rome's legitimate strategies. The Senate requests that their generals be allowed to march their troops across your lands. Rome's legions require passage through your lands for purposes both noble and honest. The time has come to be wise. Heed this, the Senate's generous offer, and accept Rome as your master in all things. Surely you will now see wisdom in the Senate's offer. Become the servants of Rome, and Roman glory will flow over you. Your people would surely offer thanks if you accept our terms. Rome is a noble and generous mistress. Surely you would wish to be honoured as a friend of Rome by contributing to her coffers. Come, come. Open your purse and allow the Roman eagle to wet its beak a little. Some in the Senate have, I am told, lavish tastes. They will fondly remember those who fund such tastes. Rome does not ask much, merely a contribution towards her legions, those trusty guarantors of peace for all. Some in the Senate are known to have lavish tastes. These men remember with fondness those who help fund such tastes. Rome knows that wealth can be a burden. Will you not allow us to lighten your load a little? You would be better regarded in Rome if you gave a gift to demonstrate your worth. Your people have wealth and goods in abundance, enough for a gift. Will you not look to it? There are arrangements to be made between us. Perhaps a gift fitting Roman dignity would sway our words today. Enough! Enough! Your words are as endless and pointless as the barking of Sicilian dogs.